Imagine sailing on a massive, thriving ocean, only to watch the water beneath your hull turn to dust. This map shows the scale in 1960, spanning 68,000 square kilometers across Kazakhstan and Uzbekistan. The Aral Sea was Earth's fourth largest lake, but tracing the coastline to 2014 reveals a systematic erasure. The sea splits into basins and ultimately vanishes. In less than 4 decades, an ancient, life-sustaining ecosystem was wiped off the globe. In the 1960s, Soviet planners launched an initiative to irrigate the arid steppes of Central Asia. The target was cotton, a highly water-intensive crop earning the nickname white gold. Engineers diverted the Amu Darya and Sir Darya rivers away from the Aral Sea into thousands of miles of unlined artificial canals. Because they lacked concrete, up to 70. Deprived of its primary freshwater inflow, the Aral Sea could not survive the intense Central Asian summer heat. The evaporation rate quickly eclipsed the trickle of water still reaching the basin. This pursuit of cotton traded an ancient, self-sustaining ecosystem for a short-term agricultural boom, initiating an unstoppable ecological collapse. By the 1980s, the receding waterline had completely abandoned the people relying on it. Bustling port cities like Moynaq in Uzbekistan and Aralsk in Kazakhstan suddenly found themselves miles inland. Entire harbors, concrete docks, and fish processing factories designed to handle 40,000 tons of catch annually were left stranded. Today, rusting cranes stand over completely dry embankments. Just beyond the old docks lies the cemetery of ships. Dozens of massive commercial fishing trawlers ran aground in the shallow mud and now sit permanently anchored in desert sand. As the water volume dropped, extreme salinity levels spiked, killing off 24 native fish species. Tens of thousands of fishermen lost their livelihoods overnight. The geography of the region shifted so violently that once booming harbor towns now sit as crumbling ghost cities, stranded in the wrong biome. This land cover map reveals what was left behind. As the sea evaporated, it exposed 54,000 square kilometers of dry seabed, creating the world's youngest desert, the Aralkum. This new desert floor is heavily contaminated. Decades of intensive cotton farming washed millions of tons of chemical fertilizers, pesticides, and organophosphates down the rivers and into the sea, where they settled into the mud layers. Without the weight of the ocean to hold them down, these chemical deposits are entirely exposed. Fierce desert winds now carry over 75 million tons of toxic salt dust across the region every year. For the local populations in Karakalpakstan, inhaling this dust and drinking agricultural runoff created a severe public health crisis. Rates of esophageal cancer, kidney disease, and infant mortality spiked to the highest levels in the entire region. The chemical fertilizers used to force the desert to bloom created a massive salt bomb. Those same chemicals now blow back across the region, destroying surrounding crops and poisoning local groundwater. Hidden deep inside the original boundaries of the Aral Sea lay a heavily guarded secret, Vozrozhnia, or Rebirth Island. In 1948, the Soviet military established a top-secret testing facility on this remote landmass. Scientists conducted open-air experiments using weaponized biological agents, including anthrax, plague, and smallpox. The original logic relied on geography. Military planners believed the vast, isolated inland ocean provided an impenetrable natural moat to contain any biological accidents. These satellite images from 2000 to 2010 show exactly how that natural moat failed. As the sea dried, Rebirth Island expanded until it permanently merged with the mainland in 2001. The ecological death of the sea unexpectedly created a direct land bridge to buried weaponized spores, forcing secret international decontamination teams to enter the dry salt desert and seal the facility. In 2005, the government of Kazakhstan completed the Kokaral Dam in a desperate attempt to trap the remaining water from the Sir Darya River and save the isolated North Aral Sea. The localized intervention worked. Water levels in the northern basin rose, salinity dropped, and a commercial fishing industry successfully returned to the area. But the North Aral Sea holds only about 5% of the original ocean's surface area. A full recovery of the wider ecosystem remains physically impossible. Across the border in Uzbekistan, the South Aral Sea remains largely dry, its basin now occupied by the hypersaline Aralkum Desert. An entire inland ocean was systematically drained to fuel a global demand for cheap textiles, resulting in one of the worst man-made ecological disasters in history. As the wind howls through the corroded hulls of the Ghost Fleet, these ships stand as chilling monuments to the true cost of industrial greed. If you want to explore more dark history and forgotten places, hit subscribe to join us on our next deep dive.